25 to 50, you get married. So I always think, if they're saying 25 to 50 you're married, what happened after 50? Bye? Huh? 50 to 75, it is called Van Prust. When you slowly start to detach yourself from the world. And then sannyasi, Shriman Kuldip ji. Sannyasi means total renunciation. Wife no matter no more, house no matter, children, grandchildren, nothing no matter. Only thing that matters is your relationship with God. There's a joke, eh? So I hope Gigi have vexed up and thinking. So you know? So when you reach that stage, it's the highest one you can ever enter into, my dear brothers and sisters. To live to see 75 alone is a blessing. Eh? How many of us will see that? Say, brother? You got beg God, eh? Oh, spare me a little bit. But my dear friends, when you do, you're entering into this new stage where you're realizing now, my purpose now, my duties now, is to establish my relationship with God. And this brings me to my Katha for tonight. And this Katha, my dear brothers and sisters, is where a devotee in our scriptures reached the same stage where my father has reached today. And he realized that it is time now for me to focus more on God. The materialistic things of which I have dedicated my life to accumulate does not matter anymore. And it is time for me to dedicate myself to my divine Lord. Building that relationship that will eventually take him back towards God realization. Listen to the Lord, my dear brothers and sisters, in Balkan of Ramcharitamanas. The devotee is sitting with his wife and they're having a conversation, and this is what he says. Bolo Ram, oh Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram. Everybody. Bolo Ram, Bolo Ram. Bhavana basat bhachauttapan koi na visaya virat. Bhavana basat bhachauttapan koi na visaya virat. Janm gayo hari bhakti bino हृदय बहुत दुखला. बोलो बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, भवन बसत चौकपन कोई न विषय विराग. जन्म गयऊ हरि भक्ति बिनु हृदय बहुत दुखला. बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम, बोलो राम. This devotee, he's sitting and he's having a conversation with his wife and he's reflecting on his life and he's saying Bhavana Vasat Bha Chautapan. This is the great Manu of Ramcharitamanas. You've heard of Manu and Shatrupa? This is the story that talks about their life. Manu is talking to his wife and saying, my dear, as I am reflecting now, I realize that I have reached the 4th stage of my life. Where do I go from here? What do I do? Bhavana bhasat bha chautapan hoi na visaya virag. And yet, I am still clinging on to the materialistic things of this world. Janam gayahu hari bhakti binu. He says, I have not showed, I have not paid homage, I have not given myself to my Lord. Hriday basuk bahut dukh lag. Hriday bahut dukh lag. Goswami Tulsidas Ji says, in his mind, bahut dukh lag. We're told by the scripture that in his mind, he became overwhelmed with sadness. He was sad. Now to my mind, here you're reaching a new stage in your life and you're sad. But my dear brothers and sisters, remember and reflect on your own life here tonight. I will ask my father to do so. And I will ask all of you to do so. From age 1 to age 25, what is our life consumed in? Education, growing up. Huh? Becoming adults. Or trying to at least. So your whole life now, from age 1 to 25, you consume in grasping what is called education. Now watch how this whole thing changes. Now when you reach 25 now, it is time you have accumulated all your education, or you should have. And now you enter into a new stage. You want to get married now. Use that education. You become married, and now you enter into householder's life now. You're a married man, married woman, different forms of responsibilities now. So from age 25 now to age 50, what is your life consumed in? Husband and wife story and picnic. You're consumed within your family. Now from age 50 to age 75, what should you be doing? You should be retiring, enjoying a little bit, but also realizing now it is time for me to start letting go a little bit. And then from 75 to 100, you totally renounce everything. You give up everything, you put everything in your last son's name. And he says, I have worked for you, I have lived for you, all of this is yours. This is sannyasi. This is sannyasi. So if he didn't know that today, Prabhu, it's being recorded. Now here is the story. Come in, Reese, come. You like it so far. Now here is the story. From 1 to 25, we're supposed to be educating ourselves, right? Some of us enter into marriage life and we're still educating ourselves. Some of us enter into 50 and 75, then we want to get married. And when you enter 75 into 100, then you want picnic. So the whole system ulta and is upside down. And here our scriptures are telling us that, my dear brothers and sisters, here is a king. Not an ordinary man, a great king, powerful, rich. He has it all. But he comes to the realization, hey Kuldip, that I have this mansion, 157 Stevens Avenue, and I'm at 75. What am I holding on to this thing for? But why does he reflect and think about this stage now in his life? Because from 1 to 75, you have been consumed in other things in your life. Other responsibilities, other duties, other dharmas. But now is the time when we should be focusing on me and my Lord. Nobody get time, you know. So you need to focus now. What do I do from 75 now to 100? If we live to see that age. And here Manu is telling his wife, my darling, I have reached this new stage in my life. And yet I'm holding on to the kingdom. What will this do me? What is the benefit of this now? Janma gayu, I feel like I have wasted my life. Hari, the Lord Bhakti, means devotion. Binu or Bina means without. He's saying to his wife here, and he's reflecting on his life, saying, it is like I have wasted my life without devotion to my Lord. I have been devoting myself for other reasons. Hirday bahut dukh lag. And in his mind, he becomes overwhelmed with sadness. Because he reaches a stage that understands now it is time for him to focus on his divine Lord. So what does he do from here? Does he think? Does he reflect more? But one thing I learned from Manu, my dear friends, one thing you learn from this great king, who has it all, he was ready to give it up because he realized there is something higher to achieve. There is always something higher to achieve. And when we feel to ourselves that we have achieved it all, oh man, there is always something higher. And there is nothing higher than man or self-God realization. Once we come to that point, my dear brothers and sisters, I guarantee you, nothing else matters in life anymore. Not the money, not the homes, not the richness, whatever. Only thing that matters is God and our relationship with God. So what does he do, my dear brothers and sisters? He looks to his little boy and he says, my son, I have lived all my life and it is time for me to pass on everything to you. Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Everybody, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. बस राज सुसही तब दीन्हा नारी समेत गवन बन के बस राज सुसही तब दीन्हा नारी समेत गवन बन के Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. तीरथ वर्ण निशार विख्याता तीरथ वर्ण निशार विख्याता अति पुनीत साधक सिद्धिदाता तीरथ वर्ण निशार विख्याता अति पुनीत साधक सिद्धिदाता श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम Shri Ram Jai So the great king now, after realizing now, I'm at 75, what do I need with this? Suttahita badinha. He goes to his son and he says, all of this is for you. What do we live for in this world today, my dear brothers and sisters? We live for our children. Although they are ungrateful. Everything you do for them, but they're still ungrateful. You live for them, you give them everything possible. And yet they still don't understand the concept of why you're doing this and the reason you're doing this. Tulsidas is saying here, Barbasaraja Suttahita Badina. Right away, Manu goes to his son and says, this kingdom now belongs to you. This belongs to you. This does not matter to me anymore. Why would I do this? Yet I'm clinging on. Nari Samet. He turns to his wife, Shatrupa. He looks at her and he says, my dear, Nari Samet Gavana Banakina. We have to leave this palace. But don't look at the word leaving as a physical action here, that they're leaving their kingdom. You know why he left the house? Because I still need him to pay the mortgage till he's done. So there's still some more payments there. But Tulsidas is saying here, my dear brothers and sisters, leaving the palace along with his wife means, my dear friends, we have to realize it is time, if you're going to focus on that which is real, you have to let go of that which